Hello, my friends. I'm Ray from Ray of Light Astrology, and today we're going to look at the astrology of July. So, first, I want to get the technical parts out of the way, and then after that, we're going to talk about kind of like the key themes. And so, the transits for this month that I want to focus on, or at least kind of get some of the meaning from, is going to be July 2nd. We've got Mercury entering Leo, and Neptune begins retrograding. And then on the 5th of July, we have a new moon in Cancer. On July 11th, we have Venus moving into Leo. On the 20th, Mars is moving into Gemini. And then on the 21st, we'll have our full moon in Capricorn. The 22nd, the Sun will move into Leo. And then on the 25th, Mercury will move into Virgo. And so we've got kind of some fun stuff going on. I'm really excited about this month actually because there's this energy of Cancer, obviously. That's where the sun is, that's where a few other planets are, and they're moving into the sign of Leo. And so the planets I really want to focus on today is going to be like the sun, Venus, and Mercury. I had to think about it. Those three are so these three planets are referred to by different things. Honestly, I'm not familiar with like what people call them formally. I think I've seen the solar triad before, but I've just been calling them the solar team. And the reason for that is because they don't move too far apart from each other. And so Venus is never going to be more than 2 signs away from the sun, and Mercury is never going to be more than 1 sign away from the sun. And so because of this, you can also see in different like mythologies that the deities and figures associated with those planets have their stories kind of intertwined with each other, because in the sky they are intertwined with each other. They kind of move together. And so the first theme that I have for you today, kind of for this month, is going to be the process of creation nourishes the creator and the creation itself. And so, with the sign of Cancer, that's associated with birth. It's also like the start of the summer. It's a cardinal sign. It's the start of one of the seasons, and the season it starts is the summer. And so, in the summertime, everything's just moving. It gets hotter, the days get longer, and we start to get out of that little nice springtime kind of busyness where you don't have a lot of time to relax. You're kind of tending to your garden and recovering from everything you couldn't do during the winter, getting caught up on all of that. And so by the time we're into Cancer season, the summer is beginning. It starts getting hotter, and the sign of Cancer is associated with birth. And so we're going to be talking about birth, and we're going to be talking about creation, because the sign of Leo has a lot to do with creativity. And since we're moving from that place of Cancer into Leo, I think it's a very natural connection. And so this cycle is not, well, it's a cycle. They're not independent processes that have nothing to do with each other. The process of creating something and birthing someone and then nurturing that thing they can't be separated. And so kind of what I think about when I think about creating something and nurturing something, because the sign of Cancer has a lot to do with nurturing. Whenever someone is pregnant and then they start preparing to have a baby, the body, after so long of being pregnant, it starts to lactate, and then it starts building those things so that it has food to feed the baby, or milk in this case. And so I think that the analogy of creating something and a baby, and nurturing something and a baby drinking milk, makes a lot of sense here. And so this process of creating something and nurturing it is a cycle that depends on each other. They kind of interact and react to each other. And so it's important to think about if you feel like, maybe your creativity has been lacking, to think about ways you can nurture it, and also just to get a good idea of what you're nurturing, because not everything needs the same kind of food. Like a baby dog probably doesn't need human milk, although honestly, I don't know, maybe they can have it, but the point stands, different things need different foods. And so you don't want to nurture every baby exactly in the same way. You want to give it what it actually needs, not just, you know, something that's not going to be good for it. And in that process, it will nurture you as well. I think the process of creating something and growing it, externally we're kind of nurturing this thing, this new thing that kind of depends on us for its existence. And internally, it's nurturing us, and it's teaching us how we can be capable, like what we're capable of, and showing us different sides of ourselves that we don't see until we're in the role of a nurturer or a caretaker. And so this process of creation, it should be nourishing the creator and the creation itself. It should be a two-way street. The second thing I kind of wanted to talk about was that you'll know you're partaking in creation if you feel curious and taken care of. And so that curiosity is kind of where Mercury starts to play in here. I think about, like, my pets. I have a lot of them. My cat's here with me now, actually. And one of the signs that I know that they're healthy and doing really well and that they're really relaxed is that they're curious. They react to the environment. They want to know what's going on. They're sniffing around, and that's how I know they're doing good. If they are sleeping all day, or kind of lethargic, or just not interested in things, it sounds like depression. And in the process of creation, it's difficult to make things when you're depressed. It feels like counter to the energy of creation. My kitty cat's telling me he needs dinner, so I'm gonna be right back. It didn't occur to me how ironic it was that I paused to go feed my cat until I was pouring his little food in my hand and putting it in his bowl. And we were just sitting here talking about nurturing. So yeah, nurturing, it's definitely something that I've had a lot of experience with lately. One of my dogs is really sick, and so I've been taking him to the vet a lot, and, kind of doing my own research on just whatever might help. I think within, any kind of illness or disease, like just having a different layered approach where you can tackle it from multiple angles, even if each angle that you're tackling is really minor. They can all add up and help a lot. So I'm holding out hope for him, and I'm doing my best to nurture him and keep him comfortable, just like we've been talking about. And so this process of creation and nurturing, it's not a one and done. You don't create something and then that's it, and you leave it and it's done and it's created. There's this ongoing nurturing and ongoing co-creation that happens. And so while I was taking my notes and looking at the transits for this month, I thought it was really interesting that because the Sun and Venus and Mercury never travel too far apart from each other, they're never in opposition. Like, they're never going to be on opposite parts of the chart. They're always going to be kind of like, like around each other in the same sign or the signs around it. And so the only time that, that triad or that trio or that team or whatever you want to call it, whenever those three planets, they can't oppose each other. Like, they cannot form an opposition, which is a type of aspect in astrology that describes a relationship between two or more planets, and opposition being a Saturnian kind of relationship, one that is, it just brings out the difference, and you don't have that with these three planets. They don't do that to each other, at least. They do it to other planets, and they do it at different points in time. But in real time, through just the mundane transits alone, you know that those three forces of creation cannot contradict themselves. They can only contradict another creation. And, so like I have Venus in Cancer, for example. Someone that was born with Venus in Capricorn, the opposite sign of Cancer, our Venuses will be opposing each other. Or if they have Sun in Capricorn, or, that's going to be opposing my Venus. And so that's where we get the contradiction, is when two creations come into contact with each other. And I think that's really fascinating because it also means there's no wrong way to create. It's neutral. It's something that nature just does. It's not something that we have to judge, so morally. It's not something that we need to put so much stress and focus on. And I think instead, if we just take this approach of being responsible for what we create, for what we commit to, then we'll be nurturing those things, and those things will be nurturing us, and we'll be nurturing each other, and, creating each other into different kinds of people than we are just on our own. And so the last kind of point I have, the first one being that the process of creation nourishes the creator and the creation itself. The second point being that you'll know you're partaking in creation if you feel curious and taken care of. That's where we've got that, Mercury influence. And the third point, creation does not need permission. So just like I was saying, in nature, the sun doesn't wait until you finish your work before it goes down at night. It just sets. The sun just sets. And it doesn't care how much you've slept or how tired you are. It's going to come up when it comes up. And that's kind of how nature is. And so I think that's the nature of creation and of making things and nurturing them, is we don't have to sit around and wait for someone to ask us for something, or if we're going to create something. We can just do it, and that in of itself is at best neutral, or I guess maybe at worst neutral, and at best really, really cool. And so when we create things and we nurture them the way we nurture them, the kind of food we feed them, the kind of milk that they might want, or not milk, that will resonate with different people who are nurtured in the same way. And so we don't have to be too picky about how we're doing things, because we're all people at the end of the day. And so when we're nurturing ourselves and nurturing each other people who resonate with those same goals, that same sense of creation, that resonance, it really speaks to them. And so, yeah, I just want you to think about Mercury and Venus and the Sun if you're thinking about, direction or motivation or where you want to go this month. And honestly, all year, every year, because those three, they do a lot for us, and they really can help guide us through that. I feel like Mercury is working with your hands. It's not just the curiosity aspect of it, but like in medical astrology, your hands and your arms are ruled by Mercury. And so there's this element of just doing things with your hands. And it's most obvious when Mars is in Gemini, which I think happens this month. Yeah, on the 20th, Mars enters Gemini. I noticed it. Throughout the day, because I'll get cuts all over my hands, all over my arms. I'll get little cuts. And so this month, especially towards the end of the month and, until Mars is out of Gemini, you really should be careful if you are someone that works with sharp objects or really hot objects, anything, kind of martial, anything that slices or penetrates or heats. You want to be really careful with it. And especially if it's involving your hands, that could be a chef, or it could be lots of things. Just be careful. Protect your little fingies, protect your little hands while Mars is in Gemini. And so I did want to go over Venus a little bit more too. That is kind of um, attraction and what we're kind of interested in. And so with Mercury, that's, working with our hands, but if we're not attracted to the work we're doing, if we're not attracted to the vision that we're creating, we're not going to get very far with it. And if we're just attracted to something but we're not doing anything about it, our hands are not moving, that also does not produce creation. And so we want to be making something and we want to be satisfied with what our hands are doing. And that's kind of where those two come into play as far as the sun is concerned. And so I think that's about all I have for today for our little monthly view. I wanted to keep it kind of short and sweet. I didn't want to bombard you guys with a lot. And so my little light just turned off. Damn, I said it was done and then it was done. So yeah, I think that's good for today. I'm going to make a video every week for the week of July. And so we'll get more into the new moon and the full moon once those weeks come up. So keep a lookout on those video. Keep a lookout for those. And I'll see you next time. I hope you guys enjoyed our monthly little forecast today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment below and let me know what you think. I'm looking forward to it. Really valuable tools. Those 3 planets are really valuable for I'm back.